CES coverage sponsored by Luxor Las Vegas. Get to the point. Rooms start at $40. See TPN.TV for the Luxor advertisement, which is
CES coverage, sponsored by GoDaddy.com, the leader in domain names, web hosting services. New GoDaddy customers save 25% by using promo code CES25 at GoDaddy.com.
CES coverage sponsored by Audible.com, where books come alive. Listen to a bestseller on your iPod or MP3 player. You can get a free trial over at audiblepodcast.com/CES.
PetTech. Tom's Homes. Welcome, sir. Let's help you get your headset up. You're hearing us okay on the side? Okay, if you can go ahead and move the mic to where it's about half an inch there from your, yep, that'll be good.
Great.
And all we have to do is have Jack turn the volume up, and it all becomes, all works together.
And we're all live.
We are indeed.
Great.
Where's home?
Home is San Diego.
In San Diego. And your company is?
Our company is PetTech, and we're the premier pet CPR first aid and care training on the planet. And I always say the planet because Homeland Security just started using our program.
Really?
Very nice.
They looked at everybody.
Okay. All right. So you have a Pet Saver, an app. Is this an app for the iPhone? What is this?
Yeah, what is 13 years of teaching this, tens of thousands of pet care professionals, sitters, counter operators. Homeland Security, we decided that it was time to take it to the digital world, and we have an app now. And we've taken the app, and it's brought our app to life way more than like just pencil or paper could ever do, because we have, the name of our program is really Pet CPR First Aid and Care, because the care is the aspect that helps the pet have a higher quality of life, so it has a higher quantity of life.
Yeah.
And so having that in there, we have what's called a snout to tail assessment, and that's where you go from snout to tail with deliberate intent and purpose. There's 23 parts of the pet that you can take pictures of, and you can archive it from puppyhood to senior pedicine, because it really is about catching something when it's very small, not waiting for it to get too big.
Right.
And it's very normal for pet parents to go, let's see how the pet's doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that sometimes can be too long.
Sure. And this really speaks to me at a very deep personal level, because about a week before we came to CES, my dog, Australian Shepherd, 53 pounds of personality, got hit by a UPS truck. And he survived, but he's totally bashed up and crushed on his leg and so forth. Got excellent care within 15 minutes, and we're very, very fortunate there. But I think about as dramatic as that, something that's not dramatic is you're giving him a rub down and you feel a knot there, and you say, we ought to have that checked out, but we don't do it.
You're totally on track with what we're saying, because with the snout to tail assessment there,
yeah.
Of course we have the skills and techniques of CPR, rescue breathing, bleeding, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And the tipping point of action, you see blood, hey, I got to do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the tipping point on care is like, well, maybe a little hair loss, that little nodule and like that, and you feel it maybe a week or 2 weeks later, and like, well, is it really bigger? With our app, that which can be measured can be improved. So you can actually take a picture of it. You can keep specific notes of like even discharge and things like that of what's going on with it. So you can compare it back through time, because that's what gives you a better picture of it.
Right.
So do you have to remember your own checkpoints, or how often do you, is that kind of I'll do it and forget it kind of thing?
It's not like that infomercial, set it and forget it.
Let's take a look at the app.
Well, we all know having pets is, in many ways, having kids, because you need to take care of them all the time and see what's going on. You can't forget about that.
We call them furry four-legged family members.
Yeah,
that's very true.
And if you think of them being like a 3 or 4-year-old, a never-ending 3 or 4-year-old, they never, pass it up. So you do have to keep a really good eye on them as well.
Yeah.
Which way should
So
we?
is this available in we're going to be shooting from up here, and Jack's talking with somebody over here to the side. He's going to shortly bring up the camera. But go ahead and try. Can you do your demo upside down and backwards?
Close.
We'll find out. I'll go ahead and hold it.
Dyslexia, rear its ugly head.
If you look, I don't know if you can see that well enough to manage what.
That's what we're seeing on the right hand.
That was pretty good, actually.
Our app is right here. It's just like our logo that you can see on my shirt here. And let me just kind of pop it there.
I love the logo, by the way.
Thank you. It's head, hands, and heart is what we teach. Because a lot of just trainings in general, whether it's first aid, human, or any kind of training, it's head and hands. You sit there, you got to get in your head, hopefully get it through your hands. But the component we add inside our training is using your heart. And that heart is really the glue that brings it together. Because, we get all the time in our training, oh, it was a great training. But the acid test is kind of like you. We go, it just came back to me when they actually had to do the skills. So it shows our training works. And that's part of it. So we have it separated into both dog and cat because there are specific differences for either one. So we'll go dog.
Yeah, we'll go down the dog branch
dog
here.
And we have it broken down into 6 components here. And the snout to tail assessment is the one that I was talking about.
To that camera again?
Yeah. There we go. We have it broken down into 6 components. We have the snout to tail that we're talking about. But what I'll do is let's go to CPR. We'll go to CPR. And then we have all these categories, CPR and first aid. So there's, you can, this really should be 3 apps. We keep hearing that, especially for, it's a $4.99. It's a heck of a deal. But one of the things is that there are different types of learners. If I write something down, I pretty much have it. If I hear it, I do pretty good. If I hear it and see it, I'm doing even better. And so with our app here, you can actually walk through every step.
What the emergency care
that
is.
we have.
Yeah.
Let me get myself to
that
back.
is great.
Show the pressure points. Yeah.
Yep, upside down didn't work for me.
Yeah. Okay, now if you can pause there for just, can I toggle it here?
Sure.
With that, okay, so here we go in the bleeding category.
The bleeding, we have the little, if you want to hit that.
All right, to show the steps. And
because one of the things we have, any pet that's in pain, we have these little things we call mantras. Any pet that's in pain, you're going to move it into pain. They can and will bite. And it's not like, I don't like you anymore. I want to bite you and hurt you.
Yeah.
It's just a reactionary defensive mechanism that they have. So let me come back to, we'll go back here real quick. And what I have is, maybe my sound isn't up, but.
Right, I can hear there's an audio repetition.
Okay, I got headset on. That makes sense.
Yes.
I'm medical, not mechanical. So let's go back to the steps here. So we have, muzzling. That's always the thing. We're always thinking about safety. Both for the pet parent, the pet, and the surrounding people.
I can move it forward here for you, I think.
And then this is a bleeding one. So we have elevation, direct pressure point.
Show the pressure
all the things
points.
we're doing about. For the pet.
Yeah.
We always want to move the pet as little as possible because we may not know the mechanism of injury. You had sudden blunt force trauma.
Right.
And so it might hurt hard structure like the bone, but there's soft tissue. There could be internal
fortunately
damage.
there was a snowbank there, and it didn't crush any bones.
The cold is good for an injury. Immediate cold is that's not a bad thing at all.
So a wide variety of steps. Now, is this designed to educate the owner, or is this designed to educate people who might be in paramedic types of situations?
It's for everyone, anyone who's a pet parent, and over 60% of the households have a furry, four-legged family member.
Yeah.
And so, there was a story that was in California just a few weeks ago about the basketball coach. He bought a human first aid app. We say pet. And he just happened to review it the day before, and he had his basketball player collapsed. And because he reviewed it, he felt more comfortable and confident about being able to do the skills of CPR, and he saved the kid's life. The 17-year-old, he saved his life.
That's a great story. Wow.
We need one for pets. And so, it's nice to be able to review this because I'm reading way more books now that I have,
What other steps do you have here or other portions of the program?
Well, really, one of the key pieces we have down here is we have ICE information. And this ICE information is, this is not my iPad here, so I'd like to, but it has all this info. Let me just back up a second. Let's go to
so
creating a new one.
You can create a new, all the details for the animal, their weight, the age, and their condition.
You can have
their
veterinarian.
microchip. Yeah, also all the emergency information.
Because time is your biggest enemy when it comes to aid, emergency first aid like this. So having all this information, if you were to just right here push of one button, you can email it to your vet, your kennel, your pet sitter, whoever your pet care professional is. You could email it right out to them like that.
That's great because I've been in a situation where I've been asked by our vet, and I didn't have any information, and I didn't have it stored anywhere. Because I had a golden lab that I had to go through 2 ACL surgeries on it.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we had a lot of checkups afterwards.
Yep.
So it took a lot of time.
Well, the snout to tail assessment is something that you could monitor that through time. the recovery of a surgery, whether it's just their basic pet health or even through surgery. On this one here, we have the missing pet poster that
Right.
you can have this already. And again, this one's not mine. It's not loaded up.
Right.
You can have all this, and you can print it. And you can either print it or you can send it to like a Kinko's, and it'll print with the little phone numbers across the bottom. By the
Yes.
time you get to Kinko's, you have 100 copies printed for you.
Oh,
Great.
ready to
Great.
go. So what other capabilities do we have, and where can people find out more information about PetSaver?
They can check us out at pettech.net,
Okay.
pettech.net. And if they click on there's an iPhone logo there, but we do have it for the Android, iPhone, Touch, and the Windows the next few weeks.
Excellent.
And there's actually a couple-minute overview to show you all the capabilities of the app itself.
Okay.
And they can also find information about our trainings, our hands-on trainings work. Because it doesn't really replace the hands-on training, of course.
Sure.
Because nothing beats that. But to look at this, spend 30 minutes with this before you take the class.
Great.
Be awesome.
That's fantastic.
Tom, thanks
That's a great product.
very much.
Andy, thank
great
you
product.
very much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate the stories.
Yep, exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.